Okay, so a lot of people are talking about this upcoming Gran Turismo movie that's supposed to be coming out in August, and pretty much the trailer for the movie was a lot better than I expected it to be. I remember almost a year ago, I was talking about how this was going to be how the director or whoever was writing the movie and coming up with like the ideas of trying to make a film adaptation of the popular racing franchise, how they were going to make that work. And honestly, I feel like this particular method in terms of just trying to get people to care about Gran Turismo in relation to the big screen was one that it seemed believable. It seemed believable, but at the same time, some people would go on record and argue that was a bit far fetched because basically, like the plot of the movie revolves around like the best like gamers like in the entire nation or what have you in relation to Gran Turismo coming together, and basically they do it for real, and basically they compete to be the best. And apparently this is based on a real life story, which I think makes it even more intriguing. But yeah, man, like the way the trailer was presented, and just like I guess like trying to get the characters to transition from just being players of Gran Turismo to actually doing it in real life. It was rather interesting because they had some details as to how, I guess, playing Gran Turismo versus being an actual race car driver were significantly different because I guess in real life you can die if you don't know what you're doing. When when you're racing, like the cockpit is over 100 degrees. If you basically miss a line during one of the racetracks, you could actually die. Stuff like that is those were some pretty cool, I guess, those cool touches and details that they added in terms of trying to, I guess, make the sport of race car driving seem legit as it is, but at the same time trying to let viewers know that this is something that not everyone can do. It's not as easy as it sounds, or it's not like playing the video game, even though it is to some extent. And I feel like this is something that longtime fans of the Gran Turismo series, or even just casual gamers or people who are just fans of like NASCAR racing, can easily get into. Because basically there's a story to it, and it's not too it's not really unbelievable. It's not like it's something that I don't know, that had this like dramatic story of revenge or anything like that. Like, I mean, competition is definitely like a theme in terms of the plot and trying to be the best and all that stuff. But it's not like something you would probably see in one of the Need for Speed games in terms of plot. And quite honestly, I honestly thought we probably would have had a better chance on getting a Need for Speed movie before we got a Gran Turismo movie. And by the way, I do feel that at some point Need for Speed needs its own standalone film, because if Gran Turismo's getting one, the Need for Speed has to have one as well. Not to say that Need for Speed is necessarily as popular as Gran Turismo, because when it comes to the racing genre, Gran Turismo is probably the biggest racing franchise out there right now. The other one being Forza Horizon, which a lot of people will go on record and say, Forza has the edge over Gran Turismo in relation to popularity, especially with their latest installments. A lot of people love Forza Horizon 5. Gran Turismo 7 was one that kind of let a lot of people down. People were upset about the microtransactions that were included in Gran Turismo 7. But yeah, the Gran Turismo movie looks very promising, and honestly, I couldn't even begin to tell you, how popular or successful it will be. I'm pretty sure the Gran Turismo movie will end up, being a lot better than the Gran Turismo 7 game from last year. It has to be, because I'm pretty sure that Sony lost money on that, because Gran Turismo 7 didn't sell as much as the corporation had initially hoped that it would. And seeing that I guess this is the first major movie in the Gran Turismo series that we're getting. I mean, a lot of people have high hopes for it, and honestly, like the trailer has got a lot of people hyped. So, we just have to wait and see how well this film does. This upcoming August is probably going to be one of the biggest video game films of the year, next to the Super Mario Brothers movie that came out back in April. It's starring the likes of David Harbour and Orlando Bloom, and people are really stoked about it. So, hopefully, Gran Turismo movie is something that a lot of people can really get into. It's probably something that's going to be a huge success in terms of, I guess, revenue and all that stuff, because at this point it has to be, because I do feel like the Gran Turismo series, it's not necessarily dying, but at the same time it needs something new to kind of get people to get people interested in the series once again, because I feel like with video games, a lot of the Gran Turismo titles are kind of becoming repetitive. The series is somewhat stale, and at the same time, we need something new from the Gran Turismo series. I think the Gran Turismo series is also one that has pretty much transcended the realm of gaming, and it could definitely, work in like film and television and stuff like that, because it seems like a lot of other popular video game titles is doing the same thing. And in terms of I guess Gran Turismo in general, Gran Turismo 7 obviously wasn't all that great. Gran Turismo movie looks promising. If we ever do get a Gran Turismo 8, hopefully it'll be twice as better or 10 times better than what we got with Gran Turismo 7 back in 2022.